B'siyata Dishmaya, Baruch Hashem, we are here right now in the Alshech Academy on a Tuesday. Hozul Hashem Kitov, Pa'amayim Kitov. We are in Byam Darkecha on page Reish Zayin, and it is talking about what is the light of Purim. This shir is sponsored Le'ilui Nishmat Tzvi Ben Arya Cohen and Lavdil Ben Achayim L'Chaim for Refuah Shlema for a dear friend Reuven Sisel Ben Malka, also Ruti Bat Dalia, Noam Ben Tami, and also Yaakov Ben Dina, all of the soldiers and everybody in Am Yisrael that has been affected and injured. May they have a full refuah and success in everything that they need. B'ezrat Hashem. Amen. Tov, what is the light of Purim? From all of the holidays, the seal that closes off the whole entire circuit of the holidays is the holiday of Purim. Because even though externally there's a lot of actions and mitzvot that we do and we feel this great simcha inside of it, even that's the case, the understanding of the inner aspect of Purim sometimes is concealed and sometimes isn't so clear. A lot of people after Purim, they feel this feeling of a loss. And even those that try to take advantage of Purim in the proper way to make the most out of that day, by way of learning and saying Tehillim and praying to Hashem, even in your drunkenness, even they still feel inside their soul that I could have done more. I could have taken more advantage of this day. And the reason is, since the neshama feels such a great light on this day, on this holy day, and if it didn't merit to acquire the light properly, to make a true acquisition of the light, then obviously the natural feeling, the natural outcome of that is a feeling of a loss. So we have to understand what is the inner aspect of this light of Purim, what's really going on inside during Purim. In order to really make this acquisition and to make the light real, this internal light of the light of Purim, this holy, holy, holy day, right? Like we even say, Yom Kippur is Kippur. It's like Purim, right? First, we have to understand clearly what is this holiday? What does it mean? What is Purim about? If I understand what Purim's about, then I can really download the light. To know very well, how does it affect me in my life? What is going on in this day? In order to understand properly, what are we so happy about on Purim? Why are we making such a big party on Purim? Even though for sure we have to say thank you to Hashem on this amazing miracle that happened, that we were saved from Haman and from all of his evil decrees, a lot of people feel that it's hard for them to be really happy with their whole entire heart on something that happened to our forefathers years and years and years ago. Therefore, we have to understand what is the light that is coming down into us when we read the Megillah. And we also have to contemplate what is difference between mitzvat matanot levyonim, giving gifts to the poor, and the regular tzedakah that we do all year long. Right? All year long we're commanded to give money to the poor. So what's any different than on Purim that we give matanot levyonim? So too, what is the difference between that and mishloach manot, giving gifts to your friends of food? That's just, it's another branch of Ve'ahavta l'recha kamocha. So what's so special about it? And more in finer detail, we have to understand, why do we have to drink ad de lo yada? Why do we have to get drunk? What is the proper kavanah? What's the proper intention when we come to get drunk? And a lot of good people, they don't want to get drunk. And a little bit of what's going on inside of them that they don't want to drink at Purim is because they don't really understand what does it mean to get drunk. Therefore, they prefer to do this mitzvah in different ways, like the other poskim said, to go to sleep or to try to do a gematria to figure out whether they don't understand why it's so important to actually use wine to get to that level. But the second that a person understands what's going on internally and why it is that you have to, what you need to feel when you're drinking the wine and what do you merit to get to by the way of that, then for sure you'll have an arousal of a desire to want to do the mitzvah simply how it was said to be done. Drinking wine. That's how it was intended. Chayav inish levesume. A person has to become fragranced, right? Until he doesn't know the difference between Aruch Haman and Baruch Mordechai. And if a person doesn't work hard to understand these deep things, and this doesn't just go for Purim, this is a reason. This is a lesson for our whole entire life. If you don't understand the inner doings of what happens when you make a bracha, what is happening when you go to shacharit, what are you meant to feel when you put on tefillin? If you don't really understand the depths of these things, then Judaism in general is going to be a hard thing for you to do, right? But if you don't learn it for sure, then when a Jew comes to sit down in the meal of Purim, and he wants to come drink, and he wants to be happy, but inside of his heart, he's asking, what's the happiness? What's going on here? What is this all for? But when a person has it clear to him, when it's very clear to him, Mawa limuda atzum, what is this powerful lesson on this holy, holy day that's being drilled into us? Then, B'ezrat Hashem, you'll be able to deal with it, to go deeper into it, to drill it inside of you, to make a true acquisition with the help of Hashem, to feel how the light is taking you to another level, to a brand new realization and an internal reality that's going on inside of you. And then you'll merit to make it really part of you and to take Purim with you to the whole entire year. So what is the light of Purim? To recognize clearly she'en od milvado. There's nothing besides Hashem. And it's explained in the holy books. Everything here what we're about to explain is based off of the Arizal and also off of the Rashash. But we're going to try to bring it down in a more digestible way. On this holiday of Purim, Hashem Yitbarach, He reveals Himself inside the world with complete clarity, without any concealment. On this holy day, there's a great, great revelation, a very clear revelation, the light of truth, that Havaya Hu Elohim, right? Yud Kei Vav Kei, the transcendent one, that is nature, right? Hashem is one with what's going on in this world. En od milvado, there's nothing besides Hashem at all. Hashem is one in His creation. There's nothing besides Him. There's no other power. There's no such thing as Haman. There's none of these things. Hashem is running the world. A person in this world, his main job is to come out of the vanity and the falseness of the external reality of this world and to understand the inner reality that it's all Hashem and there's nothing besides that. And this light illuminates even inside this physical dark world. And here we merit from within the world of action to make the unification, to know that Hashem is here, one with my actions, and to recognize and to feel that Hashem is everything. Simply put, Hashem is everything. We manage to feel that Emunah is not some simple thing that's some nice idea. No, it is reality. Because in the miracle of Purim, there was a revelation that Hashem rules over everything. Hashem's running the show. Hashem's behind everything. Hashem caused that from within nature, there would be this big, big miracle, this wonderful miracle. And by way of that, Hashem showed how unified He is, how one He is, that even in nature, Hashem reigns supreme, and that Hashem's doing everything, and there's no other power besides Him. And everything that the Haman HaRasha thought that he was going to do and tried to do, and all the plans that he made, Hashem showed him how it was the exact opposite. And every single time, in the end, what happened was the will of Hashem. For example, all of the actions of Haman, they were flipped, right? When it came to kill Vashti was killed, right? Then what happened? Esther became queen, right? And then when Achashverosh asked the question, what should the king do to someone who has found favor in the king's eyes? Right? He thought he's talking about him. Really, he was talking about Mordechai. Right? And all the decision to kill the Jews came to kill the Amalekim. In the end, the king made a decree that the Jews could defend themselves and they could go out on the offense and to attack, and they started to kill all the Amalekites. And this decree that was meant to kill all of the Jews, in the end, it made the Jews return and to receive the Torah with love. It ended up being that decree that was coming to annihilate us made us even stronger. It put a bigger connection to us and Hashem. He was trying to prevent the building of the Beit HaMikdash, like the Arizal writes, and in the end of the day, it was specifically Dariavish, right, the son of Esther, that gave us the permission to come back to Eretz Yisrael to build the Beit HaMikdash. So too, on the side of holiness, Mordechai didn't bow down to him. And this is a crazy thing according to nature. It was very dangerous. You could anger Haman, you can cause all of this rage, right? But that was exactly the miracle that helped us to get out of what was going on in Purim. So too, whatever they went through, the Satan came against them. It was already made. There was a decree against them, and it seemed as if everything was lost because of what Mordechai did. But Mordechai at Tzaddik, he knew that everything is in the hands of Hashem, spirituality and physicality. Therefore, he had no despair from the fact that there was a signed decree that the Jews have to die. Rather, he just prayed and screamed out, and he aroused the mercy of Hashem in a unique way until Hashem, Mamash, had mercy on his nation. And then, Adrabah, there was the opposite that happened. Everything flipped to good, and the Jews returned to Hashem and took upon the Torah with love. Every single year, this light is coming down again and again, like all the holidays, right? Pesach is a wellspring for freedom. Shavuot is a wellspring for Torah. Rosh Hashanah is a wellspring for kingship of Hashem, right? Yom Kippur is a wellspring for forgiveness and for connection to Hashem. Every holiday has this unique energy that's coming down to try to help us download it on a different way. And this amazing light that nullifies all of the concealments of Hashem, and it's revealed the greatness of the oneness of Hashem. This light is renewed every single day on Purim. And this light in the according to the Rizal is called Or Yesod de Abba. The whole idea there is to reveal the oneness of Hashem with a great, great, great revelation without any cover-ups. Then what happens? What's the outcome of experiencing this light? Nullification. You nullify yourself and you're included back inside your source and you become one of the light. Instead of being someone, you become some of the one. By way of this power of this light, every single Jew is able to merit, to feel, and to comprehend with your whole entire heart, with a complete decision in your mind and a complete feeling that only Hashem is running the world, and every single power that can be experienced in this world is only in the hands of Hashem. And when a person realizes this truth, then he'll be successful in ignoring the external reality of this world that tries to confuse you to think that there is nature and there is some kind of separate entity to this world. And you realize that everything, the truth of everything, is that the whole entire creation is in the hands of Hashem. And not only that, that you'll be able to understand and to recognize that Hashem is the only true reality. The whole entire nation, the whole entire creation is nullified in front of Hashem. This recognition in the oneness brings us to true happiness. Right? That's why on Purim there's such a level of simcha. Because we get it. We understand that Hashem is everything. Even though His name is not even mentioned inside the Megillah. We don't need it to be. We recognize because of that specifically that Hashem is everything. When a person really understands this clearly inside of his brain, and his heart feels it, and he lives with Hashem, he has a vital connection with Hashem, with this truth that Hashem runs everything. Everything Hashem does, nothing comes out of the rule of Hashem. It's not like Hashem, I forgot that, I forgot to do that, I wasn't conscious of that. No, Kadosh Baruch Hu runs everything. Hashem is the whole entire reality of everything. There's nothing besides Him. Then you're happy. You have an internal happiness, this internal joy. Because you know that everything comes from Hashem. And then everything that happens to me, everything that I'm going through, anything that could happen to me, that has happened to me, and that will happen to me, it's the best that it could be. There is nothing better than that right now. When you live this, you live with tranquility, you live with happiness. All your problems are solved. Your neshama feels the reality, and it just takes immense pleasure. Everything that happens to you, it makes you happy. Because you understand that Hashem is doing good for you constantly. Everything that's happening is happening from Hashem. It wasn't him that did it to me. It wasn't her that did it to me. It wasn't that person. It wasn't that organization. It was a Kadosh Baruch Hu. It was Hashem. He does everything. Then you don't have worries about the future, right? Rather, you can just sit and get drunk, and you throw yourself into Hashem like a baby that gets drunk on his mother's breast, right? The baby's worrying about how he's going to pay bills in 30 years? No. It worries what happened in a previous gibul? No. Right now, there's what to drink. That's it. Right now, I'm in my mother's hands. Right now, I'm in Hashem's hands. That's exactly the thing. You feel like you're in the best hands possible. And you're completely trusting in Hashem with your whole entire heart that He's going to do everything. And you're in good hands. No one can do anything to me. It's not going to help me.
Shouldn't we be trying to bring that consciousness to every single day of the year?
This is how you do it. By way of Purim. That's exactly the thing. That's the job. That is exactly the job. Like every other holiday, we want to bring it into the whole entire year. Adam shechaykach, a person who lives like this, he's not upset about what was. He's not sad about what was, depressed about what traumas he passed in his life. And he's not worrying about the future. He's happy no matter what happens to him. And he's happy that Hashem Yitbarach, you're happy that you have such a powerful Father up in heaven, that He does everything and everybody's included inside of Him with love. Negila v'nismecha bach. We will be joyful and happy in you. This recognition of the oneness of Hashem brings us to Bitul. When you go deeper and deeper in this truth and you feel it with clarity, how at the core, everything just exists by way of the light of Hashem. Then at the etzem, at the core here, all there is Hashem. And you feel how there is only the light of Hashem, and by way of that you can go into Bitul. You can nullify yourself. And again, not like nullification of the Buddhists that they just nullify themselves, but there's nothing beyond that. Here, I'm nothing. No. The Jew, when he nullifies himself, it's removing his ego to be re-included inside the light from where he came from, inside Hashem's light, meaning to feel with a complete feeling that I am not some separate entity. I am melting and nullified inside the great light of Hashem that is surrounding everything, and I feel how the whole entire reality of this world is just a vessel to reveal Hashem's light. To feel this bitul, even if it's a little bit, that is the most powerful delight, pleasure that you could feel in this world. That there's not even words that could really explain this. And with this, a person feels complete tranquility in his soul. Complete tranquility in his soul. And his life is a life of osher, of fortune, of happiness, spiritually and physically. Because you're not going to get angry at a person, and you're not going to have some kind of trauma on your soul for this guy that did something to you. You feel Hashem does everything. He does it for the good. Even if I don't really understand it, I know that that's the case. Right? So if someone hit me, or someone did a blemish to me, or someone, whatever it was, it's not going to affect me in my heart. It's just going to cause my emunah to be connected to Hashem more and more and more. When you see the hand of Hashem and how everything is for the good. Person, he doesn't get angry, he doesn't get jealous, he doesn't have lust towards other people's things that they're not his. Right? And for sure, he's not going to get prideful. He's not going to get a big ego. He knows, I'm happy with what I have, I'm happy with my portion, everything is for the good. I'm connected to Hashem. There's nothing that could be better in my life. On my side, I'm just yearning and aspiring and putting in effort to be happy with my Creator. Right? But not for me. Right? So that I should become something. No. This is the way of Hashem. I want to make Hashem happy. I want to be connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's my goal. Right? All the mitzvot of the day, they are what's drilling in this reality to us. This holy holiday and all of its mitzvot, every single Jew will be able to make this acquisition and download this light, to feel it in truth, to take immense pleasure over it, to bring this light inside of you and to acquire it for the whole entire year. Because on Purim, it's the time that your heart gets opened. Every single Jew's heart is opened up on Purim. To merit to see Hashem and His truth inside creation. And how the whole entire creation is just a vessel to reveal Hashem's light, and it has no separate entity. It's not its own, right? This is for sure here the whole entire year. This is the case, but every single year, you have to deal with the learning of the Torah and Avodat Hashem in order to be successful, to come out of the klipa and out of the vanity of this world, and to kind of understand the truth. And even then, it's concealed and in garments And if you don't really pay attention, then you can only be learning Torah externally. You can be praying externally, meaning you show up, right? You showed up and you do the motions, and you put on the tefillin, and you show up to the minyan, but are you really there? Are you present? But now on Purim, it's revealed within the physicality, within the heart of what's going on. You sit in a meal, you sit and you drink, and this light is illuminated to you, and your neshama feels Hashem. And all of the nature starts to be nullified and just melts, right? It just starts to go away. And all of the mitzvot that we are commanded to do on this day, on this holy day, their purpose is one: to teach us this great, great lesson that we should comprehend without any concealments or confusion the reality of Hashem and His oneness until we merit to Ata horeta ladat ki Adonai hu Elohim en od milvado. Hashem, it is you who revealed us to know that Yudke Vavke, the transcendent, is Ha-Elohim, which is the nature. Ein od milvado, there's nothing besides Hashem, it's all one. This is what's going to be revealed in the future too. But in this time, the Navi says, Ki melea ha'aretz de'at Hashem, k'mayim le'yam mechasim. The whole entire land is going to be filled up with godly consciousness, like the sea like water covers the sea. Right? But now in Purim, even though this is being revealed, it's revealed inside your heart, in the inner chambers of your heart. Externally, physically, there's still a concealment. But in the future, externally it will also be revealed. Therefore on Purim, it's the last holiday. It's Madriga shel acharav ya geula, the level that after Purim comes geula, right? Then there's going to be a revelation of Shechina, and complete revelation. V'nigle kvod havaya v'ra'u kol basar yachadav ki pi havaya diber. Right? Hashem's honor will be filled in the world, and every single flesh will see that it was the mouth of Hashem that created everything. It was the mouth of Hashem that was doing everything. It was a Kadosh Baruch Hu the whole entire time. For sure, Hashem is found here now. He's here. He's present, but He's concealed a little bit. But when it becomes revealed, then everybody's going to see together that it was Hashem all along. It's going to be clear to us. We're not going to have this confusion. V'im yediyah zo, with this knowledge, we'll be able to live a true life. A life of neshama, a life of simcha, a life of pleasure. All the avodah, all the work of our life is to get to this truth. That all of the mitzvot, all of the commandments, and all of the holidays, they're building one on top of the other, a building of comprehension, of connection to Hashem, deeper and deeper connection, level by level. But on this day of Purim, we're getting to the end of the year. Adar is the last month of the year, and we're completing the cycle. The work is being completed, and we're going to be able to start a whole new year, a new cycle of this. So we get to this completion that Hashem merits us to live with this the whole entire year. And this illumination and this revelation should be very, very strong and very powerful for all of Am Yisrael, B'ezrat Hashem. And straight after the holiday of Purim, we start this new level. Because right away starts the light of Pesach. Purim, on the Suda, you should learn the halachot of Pesach. Because 30 days before the Chag already starts. The illumination of the Chag already starts, and the light of the Chag is inside the halachot of the Chag. So Purim is 30 days before Pesach. So therefore, in your Suda, you should already be learning Pesach halachot in your Purim Suda, because it's 30 days before the holiday. And immediately when Purim stops, the Pesach already begins, right? Which is the beginning of the whole new cycle. Pesach is the beginning of the brand new cycle that we're going to go through. And we start again, but we're starting from a different level. We're starting on a deeper level. It's not like we're just going in circles. We're going in a spiral that is ascending higher and higher and higher and elevating all the time. Therefore, we learn the halachot of Pesach on Purim. Like the Ramah writes, because everything is building one level on another level, but deeper and deeper each time. That's the goal. This recognition that Hashem runs the world, this brings us to what we talked about last time on Sunday, to a rectified level of Netzach. This emunah, when we have the oneness of Hashem down pat and we understand it, that's our whole entire job. And it is the goal of our life. And all of the holidays, they are just trying to bring us to this recognition. But the unique point of Purim is Netzach. This perseverance, this tenacity, this brazenness, this holy brazenness. Meaning, when we take everything that we got in the previous cycles, the previous years, and the previous holidays, from Pesach all the way all around the calendar back to Purim, there was such an immense revelation of Hashem in His oneness, in this reality that it is nothing besides Him, Enon Milvado. And this day, added to that, we take Purim and we bring the whole entire yearly cycle together. Then we get to the complete level of Bitul, to nullify ourselves completely and to be re-included inside the light of Hashem. There we were able to get to this level of rectified Netzach, rectified perseverance, rectified dominance. Meaning, from such a recognition on the oneness of Hashem and the truth of Hashem, a person is able to go out and do actions in this world with all of his might. For the honor of Hashem, he does it. Right? And he's going to get up and he's going to go do actions, real physical actions. And he's going to be self-sacrificing in order for the honor of Hashem, the honor of the heavens. And all of the actions that he's going to do without any ego, without any pride, just from a recognition that I want to do the will of Hashem, I want to reveal the honor of Hashem. This is the completion of Netzach. Not only do I recognize that what is being done is done by Hashem, rather I'm doing it from the beginning. I can go out and I can do a big action. I can create a yeshiva. I can go and fundraise. I can go and do a mitzvah. I can go bring people together. You can help soldiers. You can do whatever it is. You can do big actions in this world. From the beginning, you're doing it from a place of nullification, recognizing that it's Hashem, that it's working through you. You are just a puppet, and Hashem's hand is what's making you move. And this we merit with this powerful revelation on Purim, the recognition of Yichud, the oneness, the unification is so strong until it gets to the deepest parts of my nefesh, the deepest parts of my body, and it rectifies Netzach, which is the ability to go out and to do with perseverance and with tenacity, that it should all be completely clean from pride and from ga'ava, and all of our actions will be just for Hashem Yitbarach, only for Hashem, without any ulterior motives at all. Be'ezrat Hashem, when we continue, we're going to be going into each individual mitzvah, the Megillah, the meal, all of these different ideas, in order to be able to bring this down more. Be'ezrat Hashem Yitbarach.